There you go.
Well, now you know that. Everyone's okay. This side of the room is in Canada. This side of the room is in the US. Leona is actually near me. We're both in the Orlando area, right?
Well, sort of. Jacksonville, which is North Florida. So, and you're more central, but close. Florida.
Florida. So Jonathan and Terry, they do axiatonal alignment. I won't say coaxial. Today I wanted to say coaxial. They do axiatonal alignment, and they're students of the Monroe Institute, and they work together. They met during meditation trainings, and Jonathan was Terry's teacher, or Terry was Jonathan's teacher.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I interviewed them separately, and then they became my co-hosts.
No, and here we are. And we're meeting Leona.
That's amazing.
So once a week we do meditations, and then we interview people together, but it's kind of interchangeable if they're available, you know, if life permits, and then they hang out with me and hang out with new people like you. And so we're so excited to get to meet you. I've been telling them about you.
Awesome.
Hey, you started out, you have a high level of education in the physical body.
Yeah, so I actually started off traditionally in sports medicine athletic training. So I have a degree in that from UNF, which is the University of North Florida here in Jacksonville, where I'm now relocated back into it. But then I went to massage school and I started working on cruise ships and private and charter yachts. I taught English abroad. I started getting into more body work and more energy work. It was actually kind of cool how I got into it. Was actually an HIV and AIDS class that I was taking in the honors program at UNF. I actually started researching alternative healing options for AIDS patients, and it came up with Reiki. And I asked my massage therapist that I had been getting treatments with and my dad since I was like 12, is that what you do in our session that makes us feel so good? And she's like, yeah. And I said, I'd like to learn that. So I started becoming a Reiki practitioner in college. And then my dad actually did level 1 and 2 with me. Then I went on later with advanced and masters. So yeah, I had a very unique kind of bringing into it. And so when I lived in Thailand teaching English, I also learned Thai massage there. And so I've been doing body work and energy work. I started off as a personal trainer, and actually in college, I started off even before personal training as an aqua aerobics instructor. So I was like on the mic in the pool with everybody like, let's go.
Man, no wonder you stay so busy. You have like this high level of energy and strength, and you've done it all. How many countries have you been to?
I think it's crazy. It's like, I say now, it's like 20 years I've been in the health and wellness industry. Like, how did that happen?
But evidently you love it.
I do. I absolutely love it. I say right now I am helping to heal the world, one person, one event, and one retreat at a time.
Wow. And how many countries have you been to now?
I have been to 105 countries.
Wow.
Oh my God. I said 31.
God.
I traveling with cruise ships and private and charter yachts, did my own traveling. Then I started researching different retreats around the world. I've been everywhere from Bali to retreats to Peru with plant medicine to Switzerland, where I'm finally getting to bring people to this year back to the Swiss Mountain Clinic in Switzerland. And so I go everywhere that I bring people to, which is really cool. So the next one that I have is Sedona, where I actually got to meet all the practitioners that I'm working with and co-creating in Sedona, actually while I was going through training as a fascial stretch therapist at the Stretch Wind Institute in Chandler. We would go up there for like a week-long training, and Sedona was only a couple hours up the mountain. So I was like, I've always heard magical things about the energy vortexes in Sedona. So I'm like, I'm going to go check that out. So I met these amazing practitioners, fell in love with the place, the energy there. It's just absolutely fantastic. So all 3 times when I did level 1, 2, and 3 for fascial stretch therapy, I spent my weekends in Sedona researching, looking, finding people. And then that's when I met Rahelio, which is this magical, mystical shaman out there. And I was like, I want you as part of a retreat one day. So it's just
I have to tell you, Leona, I was in Sedona just before in 2020, just I got back to Canada, and Rahelio was my shaman that I went to. Yeah, he took us to these to some sacred sites, and we went to the water site, which is the feminine, and we went to the masculine one. Yeah, so I totally get it. I know, he's amazing.
When you meet him, you're like, more people need to know you, right? Like when I meet these practitioners, when I've researched, when I've gone in and I'm like, no, I need you. Like people need to know you. They need to have experience. So I've actually booked him for a traditional sweat lodge in his house in the backyard in the sweat.
Wow.
So and then on Earth Day, because it's Earth Day weekend, we're going to hike with him into the energy vortex and be able to do a sunset hike with a shamanic journey and meditation and healing right then in the red rocks, in the earth, in the energy vortex with one of the most amazing shamanic mystic healers.
Oh, wow. That sounds amazing. And that's April 22nd, obviously, right?
Yeah, so we're going to be there April 20th to the 23rd. So yeah, April 22nd this year, we are going to be with Rahelio onto the Red Rocks, being able to do, I'm looking at it as like, as a theta practitioner now, and with my Healy, I know that I'm going to be helping open up the grid lines even more and doing channeling work and energy work when I'm there. But the people themselves, like, I just know the people that are supposed to have the healing and the experience are all going to be brought to me. And I know that it's just getting the word out there. So that's why I thank you guys so much for doing what you're doing and creating a community where people get to tell their story, because, you know, it's not just like another yoga, you know, trip with somebody. It's like, I'm more than a yoga teacher. I'm a healer that has had 20 years experience and vet out these amazing healers and practitioners. And I'm creating something like unlike anything else, from ecstatic dance and yoga. We're going to do traditional cacao ceremonies, because I'm actually an active shaman. I spent this past year doing shaman work with the magical Michelle and Mecca. And so now I'm getting certified in serving cacao. So we're going to be doing cacao ceremonies, burn ceremonies. We're going to have sound healing. We're actually going to make our own like mala intention bracelets and have all the different crystals and all the meanings and the healings, so that people can intuitively pick what they need and put it together, and they'll have their intention and their mantra that they'll do the meditation for the 108 times around it. And they'll have that with them, that they're going to be able to look back and have like all the, it's going to be charged in the energy and the energy vortexes of Sedona back home. It's just, oh, I get goosebumps just thinking about it. It's going to be so magical.
Sounds amazing. Wow. Wow.
Definitely fully charged.
Yeah, it's
wow. Not only just, but you're taking your energy with you. This is amazing. How long have you been working on this?
Well, it was about 2.5 years or so, because, you know, when the world went pause and we didn't get to travel much, right when we first started getting back into it, I started doing these certifications at the Stretch to Win. So the last 1.5 years has been really intensely with the training and meeting the shamans and having the sessions and being out there in that energy. And I just knew when the world opened back up and everybody was ready to travel, that they needed to see those practitioners, meet that place, and be in that energy, be in that grid line, be in that just gorgeous vortex energy.
That's what I'm loving about it.
Charged. And, you know, I'll be doing Healy scans and frequency sessions. I'll be able to, you know, work with people one-on-one. It's going to be an amazing. I mean, I even have massage therapists that I've like met out there as a massage therapist. This girl, Jamie, is fantastic. And her friends are coming to the hotel rooms to do the treatment so that people can fully relax and get their treatments while they're even in their hotel room. So they really is going to be a part of like recharging and renewing and feeling rejuvenated on it, which is huge. I think that's what people don't get about a retreat versus a vacation, right? Like if you ever gone on a vacation and you're like, oh my God, I need a vacation from my vacation, right? But with a retreat, you actually get to feel treated like you've actually been pampered. You took care of yourself. You actually had time to reset and recharge and be with yourself, which, as you guys know, in group meditations, we don't always, you know, take the time to do it. So I've created this beautiful container that allows you all the time that you're needing to do it. And so that's what I really think. And as we know, with energy work, integration takes about 3 days. So having it the long weekend, they're going to be like fully getting integrated into it, and then give them the tools of how to really integrate back in when they get back home.
Wow. And this sounds, it's very well planned. You know the people, you've experienced it for yourself, and then you're sharing it with somebody else. That's what I like about this, is that it's not just something that was planned online. These are people that you've actually met, so people can actually trust that they can have a really good experience. And that's just the kind of person that you are. Like, I know you were talking about Peru and other places that you've been, that you've actually experienced the retreat before you plan your own. So that
100%.
Yeah.
You learn a lot from going on other people's retreat. A lot of what you like and what a lot you don't like. And I learned a lot of, unfortunately, what I didn't like, you know, from crazy yacht adventures in the Greek islands, you know, where you're doing yoga on like a side of a rocky, like marina thing that you're like, what am I even doing here? Like, I'm in Greece, like in this rocky thing, like this is the best you got for me.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you know, you're in Peru and you're like stuck in some nudge in some building of some place because the person had never seen the property or the area. And you're like, I'm like in a church in between pews on this hard concrete, like tile things trying to do yoga. I'm like, did you even look at this space before you're like, yeah, we're gonna do yoga here? So yeah, a lot of people do not vet out the venues or the practitioners.
Is this your first retreat that you're doing, or like where you're planning it? It's not really.
No, I had one last year here in Florida. It was a local one that was sold out really quickly. It was a weekend's women's wellness retreat that I had here locally. So this will be the second official, because all the other ones had gotten postponed and delayed. Yeah. I had Puerto Rico, and then I had Switzerland last year, but I'm putting it to this year at the Swiss Mountain Clinic for the liver detox retreat.
So how many spaces do you think you have left for this in Sedona this year?
No, we only have 8 more spots.
8 more spots. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to make sure to post the information in the description, so that if anybody is interested, if you're just the least bit interested, I would tell you to just reach out, contact, and see if it's something you like. Make sure that you share it with anybody else. Because this isn't going to be like a convention. This is an actual retreat where you're actually going to get the healing, and you're going to be exposed to a lot of things that maybe, I know sometimes we can focus on one thing like Reiki, or we can focus on one thing like yoga, but this sounds like a whole explosion of just different things, but with a gentle, loving kindness, you know, because I've seen some people, they want to like pull out a bunch of spirits and have people all over. And I'm like, oh, this looks a little bit troubling to me, like a lot chaotic. But this sounds like it's going to be more just gentle, loving healing with just great activities involved.
It's going to be an experience where people can try many different modalities and have a very safe healing container to be able to integrate and to love and to work through it. And as we know, with meditation and breath work and body work and movement, it all goes together, and it's just going to building into that energy. And the last day, we're going to be able to talk about, you know, being with a gratitude list at the end. And when we're in gratitude, we can't be in lack. And so thankful for the opportunity, the people, the places, and be able to look back at the list of what you learned, what you experienced, so that when you go home, you have that to keep reflecting. When you're getting to the chaos of your crazy days back at home, you'll be like, oh yeah, remember what I learned? And then like, oh yeah, where's that mala? Where's my meditation? Okay, here I am, I'm getting present. And I'm going to give them tools that they're going to be able to keep doing. That's why my business is called Empowering Wellness, is I truly want people to be empowered in their health and wellness journey. And that's why a lot of times I have created this healing hands necklace, is because I always say it's truly about taking healing into your own hands. Like, I am not doing the healing, you're doing the healing. I'm just facilitating the loving container and space and giving you tools and tricks and modalities that are going to help in your healing journey. And it's really just giving them it to be able to hold and nurture and love. Because it comes from within, right? We have to heal from within to be able to shine without. And then that creates the ripple effect, which I love about energy work, because when we increase our energy and vibration, that's why when I've been working with the Healy the last few years, you're building your energy and frequency, and it's feeling good, right? And you're on this higher vibe, and then it's like attracting other people, and it's helping to raise them up. And then next thing you know, we're creating this beautiful ripple effect around the world that is helping to heal the planet. That's why I say we're really here to heal the world. It's just taken one person, one event, and one retreat at a time to do it.
So tell a little bit about how you're using the Healy. What is it and how you use it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do one-on-one sessions. So the great thing about the Healy is it works remotely as well as in person. So if I wasn't actually having to be on video with you, I could I can do one-on-one, but I don't know how I could do it with the recording of the screen. But I would get you to scan. So what the Healy does is actually scan your bioenergetic field. So we have this energy that's all around us, right? And so some people's energies come in it and can affect it. And that's why we always have our tools like our selenite to clear, right? Well, the Healy, what it does is it goes in and it actually scans your bioenergetic field to see exactly what you need for the healing, what frequencies would bring you into balance, what would bring you into resonance, what would create coherence with your heart and mind. And then what it does is it actually, after you do the scan, it will actually vibrate the frequencies into the quantum field. So we're looking at the laws of the universe in the 6th plane before the 7th plane. As theta practitioners, we know we take people to the 7th plane, right? So we're working in that quantum field and that 6th dimensional plane. And then from there, what we're able to do is send the frequencies through the quantum field directly to the person to be able to help balance out their body. Marcus is amazing. He is a German physicist who created this, and he realized everything was energy. And when our energy is off, we have dis-ease, discomfort, disarray in our life. And if we can eliminate and clear out those things and bring ourselves back into balance, into resonance, and creating our little cells to be happy and whole and complete and jumping around and buzzing around and being in that vibration, then they're in that frequency. And we're really, it's like taking the frequency of love from the 7th plane through the 6th plane, through the machine to our 3rd dimensional body. So, and then what I do is then actually, once I do the Healy scan, and I do the vibrations to you, I'll actually use the information the Healy gives to actually help insert in my theta healing or my Reiki to add into it. So it's like this whole beautiful 3-dimensional healing through the quantum field and through the 7th plane to be able to really everything channeling into balance. And then the cool thing is it's the first wearable usable device. So I can wear it and vibrate it around. I actually have the mag Healy in my treatment room. So I'll sort of give you my beautiful artwork from my friend Lori. This is my beautiful treatment room. I have it in earth elements and water. So it's got the 4 elements in it. But here with all my beautiful singing bowls and salt lamps and tools, I have the mag Healy, which is actually sending frequencies into my whole treatment room. So see the size difference between the Healy and the mag Healy. So this is treating one person, this is treating the atmosphere. So I'm actually putting relaxation frequencies to the whole room so that my client's getting treatments and I'm getting treatments. So I'm getting frequency sessions all the time, which is awesome. And then I actually have a music vibration system that has speakers underneath my massage table that vibrate underneath. So they're getting frequencies through the healing music, frequencies through the amazing Healy, the mag Healy. I have it crystal gridded, aromatherapy. I've got organite blocking all the EMF rays. I tell people coming into my treatment room is like having a healing session in itself, because of the crystal healing and the gridding and the energy and the protection that I have in it. And then whatever you decided to book with me, if it was theta or Reiki or massage or fascial stretch or shamanic energy work, you're just getting that on top of all the other goodness. So it's pretty awesome.
I'm thinking we're getting it through the computer right now.
So Leona, just a quick question, and I know the answer, but for the people here, can you do a session for somebody without having them personally in attendance with you?
Yes. What's the great thing about energy work is it works remotely, theta, Reiki, and the Healy. So I can actually, I actually do this. I book sessions with people. I'll scan them, do the frequencies, do an aura scan, do a resonance, vibrate the frequencies in, and then I take them in a guided meditation to the 7th plane, help reactivate and download them all into it to be able to sell, and then just kind of seal them up with a beautiful little bow, and then I send them floating on their way. So yeah, it is really awesome that you can actually combine the different modalities together. So for me, when I got the Healy, it was life-changing, because not always do we actually take the time as practitioners, as we know, to center and clear ourselves and set. So I can run the Healy and it's doing the energy session for me, which allows me to get into that space where I can connect, get myself into it and be like, okay, now I'm ready to give to the client after I've been able to receive. Because as we know, as we're givers and lovers and caretakers, we give, but sometimes it's hard to get back. And I love the fact that the Healy can boost me up and charge me up and give me the frequencies I need without even being consciously in it. And like all of a sudden, once you start becoming more in resonance and balance, you're like, oh yeah, now I'm ready to like actually get in and do the work, which has been really helpful for me, to be honest. It's been really like one of the best things I ever did for myself. And then when they came out with the Mag Healy, when I could do it in the room and I didn't even have to think about it, but I could do chakra balancing and energy clearing and relaxation and stress frequencies for people, I'm like, oh, I can deal with anything. Come on. I'm like, I got this. I got the right frequency, the vibration. I always tell people, you don't like the station, turn the knob, man. Like, change it up. Like, switch your frequency and vibration. It's that simple. Being happy, being a state, bringing a joy. It's a state. It can be changed. It's a choice. So it's just making the choice for you, bringing what you need in your life to bring in joy and happiness and the right vibration and frequency.
Yeah, we're gonna turn the knob to Sunny 100. That's right. So,
It's called Leona Station.
it's Leona Station.
Yeah, you want to be on the Leona Station. We're rocking it out here. Ooh la la, ooh la la. I like that.
It's
The
so
cool thing is it's actually FDA approved for chronic and acute pain for fibromyalgia. So there's actually electrodes that can go directly into an area wherever you're having pain and can send the frequencies right there. It also has frequencies for immune system and gut health and sleep. So it really is bioenergetically supporting whatever system needs to be in balance. It has the frequencies to do that. In Europe, they're treating people with anxiety and with depression with it, being able to change their frequencies with there, so it really is like amazing what it can do. I'm like, it's a pain relieving, energy balancing, and more frequency, quantum frequency machine, like, and more, read between the lines.
I think a lot of people might think like, okay, we can heal naturally, right? And by, like you say, with theta, bringing energy from source, but not always can a client accept that. Because there's a belief, you have to believe that you deserve it. You have to believe that it's possible, right? And so sometimes these outside devices provide what they need, because some people are like, unless they have a device or a pill, they can't accept the healing. A lot of people block healing until because they have whatever belief system. So this helps in both ways, having a device that they can physically see so that it supports their belief system. But then also now it supports what you already can do, right?
It's written out, like there's a report, like when you do an aura chakra balancing treatment and I scan the aura there, it literally lists what is your top aura chakra that it needs to be in balance for you. And it tells you exactly if it's ancestral or in your field now or beliefs or anything. It literally writes it out and it gives you like an 18-page report. So you're like, oh, like I'm literally reading it. Like it's one thing to have an intuitive person be like, oh, I think you need some support in your throat chakra. Like, have you not been able to like use your voice lately? But literally the Healy's like, here's your positive affirmation. I speak and communicate with the world clearly. Like clearly that's what you need, right? So then as a practitioner, it's so great. It's like, oh, well, let's just tap into that more. Let's do some muscle testing. Let's see what exactly are you not saying? What is not? And it gives me a tool to be able to kind of like tap in and get even deeper that might have taken 3 or 4 sessions for me to get to it. Like the Healy's like, boom, here it is. Use this information for your greater good and your highest and best. And let's see what we can do from there.
So I have a question, and I've got to be careful how I'm going to word it. So you might want to read between the lines.
Yep.
So if somebody took something that they probably, maybe having something happen to them, and it wasn't maybe, it may not have necessarily been a natural kind of a thing, so is that something that can work on
so
environmental stuff?
Yeah. So
the environment,
boost your body. So if you needed to detox or rid yourself of anything that would be causing any sort of imbalances in your life at this point, then the Healy would actually be able to help get rid of that frequency and that vibration out and to be able to bring it back into balance. So, and you can actually use the Healy and say like there's a really cool remedy. Like for instance, I really like pine oil. So if I wanted the frequency and the vibration of pine oil, but say like I'm out of pine oil, I can actually record the frequency of pine oil through my Healy and then be able to then vibrate that chemical constituent, beautiful phenoids and chemical things that are compounding in your body that actually works into your body at a cellular level to then change the energy and the frequencies within you. And you can also add your personal mantras. So if there's something that you're working with, a manifestation, you can actually type it in because it's connected to our smartphone, and there you type it into your phone and you can actually say, not only are these chakras important, but this is what I'm manifesting. And you can actually manifest because our words and our thoughts are very powerful and they have a frequency. So it can actually be able to be inputted into your body at a cellular level, inputting the information into your cells, your manifestations.
Okay, so if, for example, you were wanting to detox and you're using those frequencies, but then you also used an affirmation that was appropriate for you, and then that is also programmed into the frequencies.
Yeah, I'm healthy, whole, and complete. My body is in the highest vibration. I'm feeling healthy and well. All of my organs and systems are working and functioning in their way. You could actually type it in. So not only would you help be able to detox and cleanse the body to get yourself in balance, but you can actually input the information that you would want to replace. Because I always see in everything in theta as like a clearing and refilling. We need a balance. Once we pull something out, we need to put something in. We want to put it in good, right? So it's like put the goodness in, put all the ooey gooey good stuff in. So create the mantras. My body's healthy, whole, and complete. It runs and functioning. It detoxes properly. Everything that doesn't serve me is being released into the highest and best, right? And so it can totally have the frequencies to be able to help with that, which has been amazing for supporting the body naturally.
So if you are, because we hear so much around about activating, our strands of DNA and our 12 strands of DNA, does it have a program to help with activating those dormant parts or in our DNA?
Yes, absolutely. That's a great question. So just like how I said, we can actually take the aura scan that you do, and you can actually, there's a way to edit. So you would edit out whatever was in it and you can put in your own. So you could actually say activating DNA. You could actually record, what's really cool is like structured water is really great because we're mostly blood of cell. You can put in the information, take a picture of what structured water looked like, and then vibrate the frequencies of the structured water into your body at a cellular level. So yes, absolutely. You can activate DNA, you can activate supplements, you can activate even the content of a book. Like my friend gave me, my girlfriend was like, she gave me the book, Rich as Fuck. And I was like, yes. And she's like, all right, we want to have all the information, the frequency and the energy of like having all the abundance and being debt free into it. So we took a picture of it, recorded its vibration onto the book, added in the mantra that I'm abundance and health and wealth and wisdom and everything is coming towards me. And then you can vibrate those frequencies right into your system.
A book?
Yes.
I can't even ask you any questions after this. My mind is just, I'm like spinning like, oh my God, I'm plotting and scheming. Like how to get me.
I mean, I take that for the book. Yeah.
I know. Remember the little boy who did that with the book? Oh, he was doing like this. Ooh, like you said, it ain't gonna come in through osmosis. It really can come through osmosis.
Air concentration lower, right? It's penetrating the cells, and that's really what it is. Because our cells, it's just literally our cells are little happy molecules, and they're mostly water. And so hydration is key when using the Healy and with energy work because water is a conductor. So being hydrated, super key. As I'm gonna like take a sip of my water. So hydration, super key.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So energy work all works better. Body work, everything works better with hydrated cells. When I massage people or stretch people, I'm like, okay, if you were dehydrated, I am massaging beef jerky. If you're hydrating, I am massaging filet mignon. What would you like me to massage? Right? So the more hydrated your muscles, your cells, everything is, right? So water.
We're all drinking water now.
Like, grab your water. If you are watching this and you have not had a sip of water lately, let's cheers to our health and wellness. Cheers.
Cheers.
So this fascia, is it fascia stretch? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, fascia. So fascia is your connective tissue. It's the tissue that connects all tendons, ligaments, joints, and muscles. So when I'm doing the fascial stretch therapy, I'm not just stretching muscles or tendons and ligaments. I'm actually stretching the fascia that encases it and connects it. So you're getting deep into the hip, joints and all the things. So it's like literally making the things that are making you pliable and movable even more pliable and movable. It's like the secret sauce to body work. I love fascial stretch therapy. Stretch to Win Institute. I love you guys. Chris and Ann, you guys are awesome. You guys have literally changed the life of like so many of my clients that walk out of here going, what the heck was that? That was amazing. Like, you're welcome. That's the magic of fascial stretch therapy. I'll be here all week.
Is that something applied to the neck as well?
So fascia is everywhere. So if you think about it, it's kind of a gross description, but if you like take like chicken and you pull it and there's like that white fibrous tissue, that's exactly. Fascia. It's everywhere. Our whole body is fascia.
So when you're working with it, the fascia is holding the memory of whatever injury was there, right? So you're actually helping to release the memory of the injury. Yeah.
Yes. So then that goes right into it. I remember one day Anne was like, Leona, let your energy work be the dictator of how you talk to the fascia. And I went, oh my God, yeah, because it does talk. Like all the trauma we're guarding, we've had something happen. When it starts releasing, it's amazing the emotional releases people will have. And it goes right into the energetics as our bodies does hold and remember everything. So that is such a beautiful thing. And that's what I think makes me kind of a cool practitioner, is that I have massage and fascial and energy. And so I'm able to kind of like fuse it all together so that they really do float out of here feeling like completely different. And then with the atmosphere that I've created with the crystal grids and the mag Healy, it is pretty much magic.
Have you done anything with the lymphatic system?
I do. Yeah. I have a body brush right here. So a lot of my clients, if they're needing some lymphatic, I will start with body brushing and use my specific oils from Young Living. I love to sell like magic. I love citrus oils and cypress, and helps with circulation. So yeah, there's special like massage techniques that are really light for the lymphatic, but I love body brushing and using the specific oils from Young Living to help with that. And then for me, like lymphatic massage is always great, but I mean, you're getting the lymphatic system and circulation and muscle with just regular massage too. So it just depends on if you want some muscle love in there or just right into the lymphatic. But yeah, absolutely. It's so amazing. People don't realize, like, they think massage is just like, oh, it feels good. No, there are so many increasingly like proven health points. It boosts your immune system, circulation, blood flow, the lymphatic system. It's detoxifying, it's relaxing, causes your nervous system to come down. Look, people are like, fight or flight, there's a bear, it's like you gotta come in here and you're like, oh yeah, this is what it feels like. So massage, like, people I think really underestimate that. And then the healing touch, right? Just being touched, like that connection is just so important too.
Yeah, sometimes you find somebody who isn't necessarily aware of doing energy work, who may do massage, don't realize that the softer the touch, the more release that you get.
Wow.
They think you got to dig deep inside, and really what you're doing is just making people cringe, and so they're not going to release when they're in pain, right? So you need to just sort of work in a soft layer for them to be able to get the full effect, right?
Yeah, and breath work is super huge. I encourage really deep yoga, ujjayi breathing and oceanic breathing to help. That helps detoxify, it helps the nervous system, it helps get them focused on something else. So yeah, I incorporate a lot of breath work into my treatment, which is good, which helps them, again, relax so that you can actually get in there and start, working onto the tissue and manipulating it. So that's a great point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this sounds like really integrative healing. It's really exciting. And then you're going to carry that with you for your retreat. And when is Switzerland is next year, right?
No, Switzerland is this June. It's a liver detox retreat. That's why my practice approach is very encompassing. So my healing approach and everything that I do is that way. And that's what I think sets me aside from other practitioners that are leading retreats. Like, I'm bringing people to the Swiss Mountain Clinic, which is like the #1 clinic in the world that has healing treatments and modalities that are not even here and aware of. And in that week, you're getting like 3 vitamin infusions, 3 oxygen infusion, hydrocolonics. You're getting Vichy shower, which again, working the lymphatic system, right? Massaging gently into the body, getting it going. You're getting massage. You're getting the infrared sauna every day. You're hiking the Swiss Alps. Hello. We're going to be doing yoga and grounding and earthing in like some of the most beautiful energy. Again, like energy vortexes. Where the actual Swiss Mountain Clinic is a huge energy vortex. They actually have like this throne chair with like crystals around it. You can sit out there and supercharge, because they've actually like have the device that shows that that's like highest energy point in that mountain. And so they've created like this throne and crystals and all this stuff, and you can sit and just supercharge yourself out into the mountain. It's incredible. The healing environment of the Swiss Mountain Clinic is amazing. The water, the food, everything is so fresh. And now you have like the Swiss German doctors that are at the top of the elite of their game of like amazing stuff. And my mind was blown when I was there a few years ago. Their dark field blood analysis, 1 drop of blood is amazing what they can see. They look underneath this giant high powered microscope, and then they let us look at it. We get to look at our own blood and cells, and they can tell you exactly what's going on in your system from like 1 drop of blood. It's crazy.
Whoa. So, oh God, damn it.
Well, I bet that would be interesting for some people these days.
Exactly. I'd be really curious to see what like kind of trends they've been seeing lately with it. So yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting. I cannot wait. So if you know of anybody that needs support in their body physically, like really, really, this liver detox retreat, let me tell you something. When you cleanse your liver, it's like cleaning out your filtration system of the body. It's like putting a new Brita filter in. Everything else runs efficiently. You don't have the inflammation, you don't have the pain, you don't have the brain fog, you don't have these things as you're cleaning out the system of your body that cleans out your body. And so at the end of this week, you're like, whoa, like your skin, like I just remember like looking in the mirror and be like, is this my eyes? Like my eyes were so clear and my skin was so clear, and my body, like I had just been in some car accidents and I had some chronic pain. I was like, oh, my joints feel looser. Like it was incredible. I'm like, that's why when I went there, I went, oh no, this is a center that has to be known. Like the Swiss Mountain Clinic has to be known. I am bringing people back here because what they are doing here, these Swiss German doctors are, it's amazing. It really is. They're curing things and helping people on a level that I have never seen until I was at their facility.
So this infusion, is it anything like Myers cocktail?
So the infusions are like an IV infusion, like where you're having the vitamins through the IV, like kind of like we have a local one here called the Drip Bar. So when they do vitamin infusions, but it's specifically the vitamins that they need to help support the liver detox process. They'll have a organic diet during that time. We're going to be eating and drinking specific things. We're having the bitter drops of the mull oil in before you eat to help with the saliva and like starting the digestion in your mouth with having the wormwood. Anyways, these drops that are really bitter. But what happens is the bitterness actually starts the digestion from your mouth down, and starts breaking it down. So you actually have these drops. So like they teach you how to do everything. Like I learned, I thought I knew a lot. And then I went there, I was like, oh my God, there is so much more to be learned about health and wellness and the details. And that's the thing, is these people, this is what they do every day, in and out. They are the experts. They are there and they are amazing. So if you need any kind of healing and support, guys, please, 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 empoweringwellness.me. Come with me to the Swiss Mountain Clinic. I promise you it is going to be a game changer, especially for anybody that is really needing some like actual health support. I have one of the people that are looking at doing it. She wants to even stay a second week and do like a heavy metal cleanse afterwards. Like the clinic does liver detoxes, heavy metals, like intensive treatments and therapies and things that we can't even really get access a lot of times here that have a facility that's so encompassing, that has a little bit of everything.
This is some extreme body hacking. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
It's like literally just like recentering, clearing everything out. And then think about it. Then I'm going to be like, you're like, hey, let's do yoga. Let's do breath work. Let's try yoga nidra. Let's get your aura scan. Let's have tea and tarot nights. Like, you're going to have this whole entire other kind of experience when you're coming with me versus just going to the clinic by yourself. So it's going to be really fun.
Yes. I mean, I'm so excited. I'm really excited for you as a fellow student of Magical Michelle. But I just feel like she's just like, I don't know, she's just an amazing magnet. And I get to meet people like you, but then it's like just launching our lives into like a whole different level. Because even though you have like all these magnificent things, like you've been launched even further now. So it's really exciting.
Only keep growing, guys. Empoweringwellness.me. You're going to keep looking at my website. You're going to see every year. Next year is going to be Asheville. We're going to have Switzerland. I'm hoping as like an annual sort of thing that people are going. I'm going to be increasing the spectrum. I'm going to bring people back to Bali and Ubud into Soulshine. I'm going to bring people down into Peru. Like, I'm going to start incorporating a lot more modalities and people into it, because that's what I'm doing. I'm co-creating and co-facilitating healing. I promise you, for the world. It is. I'm very passionate. I know that connecting with you guys here tonight and connecting with other light workers and energy workers, we're doing it. Like, we're making the difference. Like I said, we're healing one person, one event, one retreat at a time. It is happening.
And we will be going to North Carolina. That's right. Mm-hmm. So I'm so grateful. So we'll make sure to put the information in the description. I'm not sure if Jonathan or anybody else had any more questions.
Well, I got some questions about Peru, but I guess that would be
Oh yeah. Definitely. And then I'll post the information about the retreat, because I think this is going to be just different from all the retreats that people have been going to. This is going to be extremely different and extremely beneficial, and just the amount of health intelligence. You know, because sometimes it isn't just the healing that you're going for. It's the connections with the intelligence. Like, just listening to you, I've learned like 10 new things in like 20 minutes. So, I mean, to be around people with that vast level of knowledge to share more healing modalities, because if we don't hear about it, we won't know about it. You know, we can't learn it all ourselves. So know what you know what you don't know, and then talk to people who know things outside of what your realm of reality is, so you can keep growing. And this was the great thing about talking to you, and the great thing about talking to Chris. It's like, man, I got an easy job. All I'm doing is talking to you, and I'm learning. So.
And the great thing is we're also creating community, right? Like, this community is amazing, but like, imagine the people that you meet. Like, for instance, one of the participants that's coming with me to Sedona is actually a girl that I met at the Swiss Mountain Clinic. We became roommates, like soul sisters instantly. I was just in her wedding on November 11th up in Greenwich. So Pepper, you're watching this, girl, I'm so excited, because people don't realize it. You find your soul family and your soul sisters at these things. Like, the people that are being drawn into these type of events are going to be like your tribe, your family, your community. And I'm like, we're connected all the time. And that's what I think is so great, is like, not only is the healing happening through yourself and through the practitioners for the container, but healing and just the connection that you make with other people is just huge.
That's a huge thing, because, you know, people are saying like, I can't meet anybody who's the same, and I don't have any. And then, you know, it's funny. You can go someplace out of state, out of country, meet somebody who lives down the street from you. You'll be freaking surprised, and you'll meet your friend. You'll meet friends that you're going to have for the rest of your life now, because people are interested in what you're interested. You're going to find that soul family, just like you said. And that's just such an amazing point. I thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. So this is my little Sedona inspiration, my little deer medicine back here that my friend Lori put. So I wanted to put that on screen there. So yes, come and play with me in the red box. Get energy charged. Meet Rahelio. Terry knows he's a magical soul that is definitely worth coming to meet and have this experience. So if I can ever help with anything, any questions, really, like, message me, email me, text me. Like I am a full open book. I have a crazy busy schedule, but I always have time for questions and for healing.
She got time and she's got energy, y'all. So if the Healy does that for her, just imagine what it do for you. Because I'm like, girl, energy.
I did just have a fully booked day in my treatment room, and here we are. But I know my friends are like, where do you get it from? And I'm like, well, I don't know. It's just like this source of energy that just keeps coming in.
That's awesome.
We just have to let it flow through us. That's all.
Right.
Just let it flow through.
Ride the wave.
And if you don't catch me right away, I'm either healing the world one person at a time or dancing. My passion is dance. So I do ballroom dancing from Argentine tango. I'm learning Zouk. That's why ecstatic dance is so important in my retreats and experiences, meditation and movement. So if you're not moving, remember that motion is lotion. Move that body, move those joints, get everything going. Stay happy, bring joy into your life. Whatever brings joy to you, do more of it. So for me, dancing is joy. So if I could leave you with one last thing, remember, take healing into your own hands. Let me know how I can help empower your health and wellness. And remember, happiness is a joy, and do more that brings joy and happiness into your life, because that is truly what's going to be able to raise your frequency and vibration and create that ripple effect in the world.
Can't say any more than that.
Namaste. The divine in me honors and salutes the divine of each and every one of you. Until we meet again, peace be with you.
All right. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.